The Big H Podcast, tune in now. Conversations that'll wow. Laugh and learn, stay a while. Let's explore that Hilton style. From the highs to the lows, every story just explodes. Mike's got questions on the go, diving deep from head to toe. Every week the guests align, sharing moments so divine. Stay with us, the pace is fine. Every episode you'll find. The Big H Podcast, tune in now. Conversations that'll wow. Laugh and learn, stay a while. Let's explore that Hilton style.
Cadet Football is on villageradio.net. Now, off to the broadcast booth for all the excitement on your home for Hilton High School sports.
Good evening and welcome to the quarterfinals of AA High School Division Football, where the Hilton Cadets match up tonight against the East High Eagles, live from LeBeau Field here in Hilton, New York. I'm Jeremy Pilot, along with broadcast partner Mike Heise. Mike, the win against Rush Henrietta last week. Amazing victory by the Cadets. Wasn't supposed to go that way, but it did, and it did very well for the Cadets. What's on deck this week for the Cadets?
Well, I think if you go back to last week with a victory over Rush Henrietta, I do think it was unexpected the way they did it. Dylan Philman hammered them for a record 349 yards on the ground. And now that you go into sectionals, the regular season record is out the window. Everyone's 0-0. Hilton has momentum, but so does the East High Eagles. They enter the game with a record of 5-2. They defeated Edison last week 36-6. They believe they can win. Hilton believes they can win. It's a 4-seed in Hilton versus a 5-seed in East High. So this, on paper, is supposed to be the most competitive game of the bracket.
Strengths for the Cadets tonight, Mike. Your assessment?
Well, my assessment is, I think they're going to do what they did last week, and they're going to see if they can get Philman going again. There was no trickery in their play calling. It was off tackle right, off tackle left. And Philman even the Hilton coaching staff was amazed about how fast he was and how he outran the secondary of Rush Henrietta. So they're going to look to get him the ball. Of course, you have John Letta with his feet, and Bailey Pittman, who suffered a knee injury in the first half last week. He's back this week. He had a bone bruise in his knee. So I think it'll be to neutralize the quarterback for East High, number 3, Raheen Gaydon, 5'10" senior, 175 pounds. He enters the contest with eight passing TDs and 8 rushing TDs. I've heard if you can bottle him up and keep him within the ends, you got a good chance of winning.
So definitely the one to keep an eye on, or in the case of our listeners, an ear on tonight, will be Raheen Gaydon from East High. Is that to say he's the driving force behind that team, Mike, or is there anyone else we need to keep an eye on?
Well, that's, I did get a complete scouting report from my contacts, but from everybody I've heard, it's Raheen Gaydon, and that's typical of East. They usually have one really strong athlete in their quarterback, and I don't really know a lot more, but I have heard also they've got good size up front. They've got big linemen, so that could also be something the Cadets have to deal with.
All right. Both teams out on the field getting ready to start the pregame hoopla, if you will.
If you want to look at the sectional playoff picture right now, we knew AA was loaded when the season started, and if you look at it, the top 3 teams, Aquinas, Victor, and Pittsford, are all undefeated at 7-0, and then you have the Cadets at 6-1 in the 4th seed. East is a strong 5-2, and then Henrietta, Fairport, and Webster Thomas all 4-3. So this is a very, very strong AA field. Obviously, the big bad wolf in Aquinas has been lingering all year, and that's the one that everyone's going to have to go through.
No, Mike, I know when I started announcing these games with you at the beginning of the season, we had talked about how far along you thought the Cadets would make it thus far. This is not where you thought you'd see them at this point in the season.
Yeah, a number 4 seed. I knew they'd have a winning record, but I wasn't sure about the 6-1 record. I thought maybe 5-2. I wasn't so sure about Rush Henrietta, so I think Hilton's very pleased in the position that they're in. Of course, if they were able to win this game tonight, they would most likely face the Little Irish of Aquinas, and they are presently tied for number 1 ranked team in the state. Last week, Aquinas knocked off the number 1 team from their 3-seeded spot. So I do think Hilton's very satisfied, but they're never satisfied until they make it to that semifinal portion in Salem Stadium. And they feel once they can get there, once again, anything can happen.
That is true. And we've seen that time and time again from the Cadets. We watch game after game and announce game after game and seen amazing things happen.
One of the unfortunate things we saw, Jeremy, was 2 games ago, was Ted Lawson, and he's down on the field today. Last week he couldn't make it to the football game. He had surgery on Wednesday and was still recuperating and couldn't get out of the house. But tonight, his presence, he's down there on crutches, leading his team by example out on the field, and it's really good to see him on the field and hopefully on his way to a speedy recovery.
Very tight group of men here too on this team. You see them when it shows when they come to the field. When they first come to the field, when they're doing their pre-game show, and I think that affected them against Pittsburgh that night. That Ted was injured. I think something was lost from the team as a whole. I think that cost them the game. I think once they got their stuff together and came back the next week against Rush Henrietta, what a different team we saw last week.
Exactly, and talking to the coaching staff, they really credited that offensive and defensive line. They felt they neutralized the Rush Henrietta Comets, and it really enabled Hilton to do almost anything they wanted to on the ground. They sliced and diced Rush Henrietta for 439 yards offense and 404 yards on the ground. It was just an offensive output, and they really credit their offensive line for that.
All right, we're going to pause for just a moment while they sing the national anthem.
What a long show this is. Come on, buddy.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last week? Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Bridget Robson and Haley Kubelier.
Two of Hilton's alumni with the national anthem.
Bridget Robson and Haley Kubelier, beautiful job there with the windpipes.
Your officials for tonight's contest are umpire Steve DeFranco, linesman Jeff Garlock, line judge Chris Reed.
Right now, the cadet captains are getting ready to go out. Once again, Ted Lawson, he will not be able to join his compadres, but Dylan Philman, Brandon Cutter, and Justin Clayton, that threesome will be meeting the East High Eagles captains and see how they're going to start this game.
A senior like Ted Lawson, how does that affect his college career, if any?
You know, I did. I talked to Coach Jeff Perzak, he's a JV coach. I kind of trust his judgment. He's been around. Actually, there's Will Austin going out with this guy, so that's great to see. He said he definitely still plans to play in college. He can make a full recovery off his surgery with his ankle, and a lot of Division III schools will want a kid like him, and who knows, maybe even a Division II school. He's got good size. He's about 215 pounds, very strong, very aggressive, and one of the other things that's people might not know about him. He's extremely intelligent football knowledge-wise. So he's still got a shot at Division III, and as long as he can recoup and get that ankle back to 100% or as close as he can.
Great. And Bailey Pittman, of course, back in the game this week after suffering injury last week. And I know you and I were talking about that off air, Mike. Without giving out too much personal information, though, minor injury, basically.
It ended up being minor. You're always concerned whenever it's a knee injury, and he was on crutches in the second half. We did find out later that the Hilton trainer diagnosed it as a bone bruise. And a lot of times those guys, they'll take a helmet to the knee, and it hurts like the dickens for a good 12 to 24 hours. And after a lot of ice and a little bit of rest, he's good to go tonight.
All right. Officials will flip the coin.
Yeah, it looks like at the south end of the field, the Cadets will be on the returning end of this. The East High Eagles deferred their choice to the second half, so it looks like Kyle Napier and Dylan Philman will go deep back for the Cadets. Jeremy, we're about to get sectional play 2015 underway. Everybody's 0-0. Let's see what can happen.
Very excited tonight. The crowd is too.
Kind of a sparse crowd at this moment. It is a little cold out there, Jeremy. What, in the low 40s?
I believe so.
We got channel.
We'll get back to you on a weather update in just a little while. That's a new service we're going to be performing soon here on Village Radio.
We also thought last week with Hilton, like they took advantage of a little bit of that rain and cold weather. Rush Henrietta didn't seem to really handle it very well, staying out at halftime and just didn't ever come back in the second half. Kick is away. It goes going to go down to Philman at the 15-yard. He goes towards the middle, bounces out a little bit on his feet, runs out to the 30-yard line. Hilton will start their first in possession, 1st and 10. As John Letta takes out his offense. This offense.
Temperature out here tonight, 41 degrees, by the way, Mike.
So we're going to be under 40s when this game ends, but you never know. Well, no one really likes to play in the cold, but as long as you're running around and moving, that's okay. We'll see at halftime what East High decides to do, if they go in the building and go to their buses, or if they stay out on the field last week, or like Rush Henrietta did last week.
Hilton at their own 20-yard line.
I think that's the 30.
First down and 10. Sorry, you're right, 30-yard line. Dylan Philman with the carry. Looks like that's only going to be good for about a yard or two.
Ivy on the tackle. Number 12, John Letta of the Cadets on the keeper.
John Letta, he kept it on the keeper. It is a short gain at 2. Once again, we'll see what Hilton tries to do here. Do they go to a tandem of Letta and Philman, or do they start to highlight one way or the other? My guess is very simple. You find something that works and you keep doing it until they stop it. Hilton comes back. Letta's in the shotgun. He's got Mike Spillane in the fullback to his left. There's Pittman goes in motion. Letta's going to keep this on a power.
Up the center. Looks like that's going to be good for a first down. They are moving the chains, Mike. 11-11 on the clock.
Yeah, nice play there. He had Pittman goes in motion to his left, and he fakes the handoff to Pittman and then runs right up inside him. It's kind of like a quarterback power. It's really, I don't even know if he's reading that play, but it takes advantage of Letta's legs and first down yardage.
Spotting Hilton at their own 41-yard line, 1st and 10. Clock is rolling.
10 minutes and 53 seconds left here at LeBeau Field. Letta in the shotgun. He's got a receiver. Goes in motion. That's Pittman. This time he fakes it again to him right up the right-hand side, and that's good yardage, Jeremy. It looks like a gain of 10.
It looks like another first down. You're right, Mike.
Javon Jackson on the tackle.
Javon Jackson, number 2 of the Eagles, with the tackle.
And there goes the chains. 2 plays in a row. That's good chunks of yardage. Good 21, 22 yards of yardage gain there. And that was the same play, just going to the opposite side.
Now, is this a game the Cadets should really worry about tonight?
Well, I think when you get into sectionals, you worry about anything. Anything can happen, turnovers and all that. I do believe it's a game they should win. Even if you look at just the seeds are 4 and 5, I think it's one they feel they can get. There goes Philman.
Dylan Philman at the 30, and he's taken down at the Eagles 22, I think is where they're going to spot it.
I'd say that's the 22-yard line. And once again, that's that off-tackle play they ran all night long last week against Rush Henrietta. Dylan Philman had a nice thing this week. He was named the AA Offensive Player of the Week for his performance against Rush Henrietta. 1st and 10 now for the Cadets at the Eagles 22.
Certainly deserved it after last week's performance, and we may see that again tonight. Philman again with a carry up the middle. Didn't go very far on that, but it was a gain of a few.
Javon Jackson makes the tackle for the Eagles. And Jeremy, once again, that's just that simple. They call it a blast or a tailback ISO, and you give it to Philman deep in the backfield. Caught 4 yards.
2nd and 7 for the Cadets on the 19-yard line. 9:33 on the clock.
There goes Pittman
Cadets
in motion.
Line, ball fired to Letta, who keeps it, and he spins around. And he's good for a 1st down.
East is having lots of problems with this when they send Pittman in motion. Letta makes a fake to him and then just, like I said, runs right up inside. Also, credit's got to go out to this Hilton offensive line. Another good performance going so far. Cole Comden, Clayton, Neeskins, Mike Murphy, Nate Wyborough, tight end Brandon Cutter. These guys aren't getting this yardage for no reason. They're getting holes.
1st and 10 at the 11. 9 minutes on the clock.
From behind. 8 minutes and 36 seconds left here in the first quarter. We're at LeBeau Field. Jeremy Pilot and Mike Heise. Here they come, Jeremy.
You know, something funny I just noticed here, Mike, too, as I'm watching here. A couple times he faked to Bailey Pippin, and Bailey was wide open for the run to the end zone, but he didn't have the ball.
Well, this time he's getting the ball. You called it right on cue. He bounces a little bit. It's maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage. But, Jeremy, you're right. That's what they can do now. If they start to stop Letta, then you can send Pittman with the football and see what he can do for you. Big play here, 3rd and 7 for the Cadets. They're about at the 9-yard line of the East High Eagles. Once again, this is the first possession for the Cadets.
3rd down.
Rezegi comes in. You've got to be thinking pass on here. I don't think he really wants to try a field goal from there. He will if he has to, but he splits Rezegi out to the left. Pittman's out to the right. Shotgun formation.
Ball fired back to Letta. He's looking for his man. Fires over the top, and he's good for a touchdown.
That pass play.
David Guest, yeah.
Just a 9-yard touchdown pass. They made that look so easy. One fake. The team bid on the fake, and Guest just ran a seam right straight down the field. I tell you, the kids had 3 or 4 passes thrown to him this year, and he's caught every one of them. That's big for a touchdown.
Yeah, and we haven't seen too many passes go to David Guest this season. Not sure why.
Well, Pittman's pretty good. Rezegi's pretty good. But you know what? You got to wait for your time to shine. And Guest just came up huge. Here's Rank's kick. It is up.
Kick is good for an extra point. That'll make it Cadets 7. Eagles 0. 7:35 on the clock. Don't forget, more of Hilton's greatest hits are coming up after the game. Listen to Cadet Football here on villageradio.net.
Yeah, some other news to pass along. We found out through Twitter that Hilton tennis player Holland Long won her first match in the state qualifier 6-0, 6-1. So congratulations to Holland and her further advancement this weekend.
All right. Thanks, Mike. So you've been out pumpkin picking yet?
I haven't yet. Too busy thinking about villageradio.net and the successes of the Hilton Cadet football team. I've been doing a little bit of research, Jeremy. I looked up some information about East High. They had a 5-2 record. They play in the Rochester City Catholic League. Their wins have been against Leadership, Waterloo, Schrader, Wilson, and Edison. Their 2 losses, McQuaid 22-21 and Cardinal O'Hara 33-14. So the one common opponent is McQuaid. We bounced McQuaid 30-0. They lost 22-21. Kind of meaningless at this point, Jeremy, but just a little bit of information to pass along while we wait for the kickoff.
All right, both teams back out on the field. Christian Rank setting the ball in the tee. Getting ready to kick it away.
See if Rank can get this ball in the end zone for a touchback. That's a huge, huge advantage for Hilton.
Ball is high and long. Looks like it might be good for... No, he caught it. And they're bringing it back. The Eagles running that ball up the center of the field. Looked like it was number 3 from the Eagles.
Looks like it was Isaiah Collier on the return. That was pretty good kickoff for coverage for the Cadets. They did a nice job getting to the carrier, breaking down. And Jeremy, what does it look like about the 23-yard line? East High will have their first possession. See if the Cadets can score once, shut them down.
23-yard line, Mike, is where they're going to spot it. 1st and 10. Good field position here for the Cadets to make a stop.
This is going to be trips right for East High. Looks like Napier and Pittman will come out to cover those receivers. Gaden, that receiver, he's counting all his players, making sure he's got 11. They're going to have to use a timeout right now. That's the first timeout used by East. That's an unused or unwarranted timeout. And with 7 minutes and 26 seconds left here at LeBeau Field, Cadets 7, East High nothing.
That's right. Stand by as we take a quick timeout. You're listening to Hilton Cadet Football on villageradio.net.
Here's what's happening in Hilton.
St. Paul's Lutheran Church on East Ave will host a fall bazaar and German dinner on Saturday, October 24th. The bazaar takes place from 9 a.m. till 7 p.m. and lunch will be served from 11:30 to 1:30. The German dinner between 5 and 6:30. Reservations are recommended for dinner. Adults $13, children 6 to 10 for $7, and kids under 5 eat free. Tickets are limited, so reserve yours now by calling 392-4000, extension 211. Again, for tickets, call 392-4000, extension 211.
Let us know what's happening with your nonprofit group or community organization. Email us the details by clicking the link at villageradio.net.
Live from LeBeau Field, it's the Cadets 7, Eagles 0. You're listening to Hilton High School Football on villageradio.net. Welcome back to the excitement. On touchdown for the East High Eagles.
Well,
that was Raheem Gaten that time, rather. Quarterback for the Eagles.
That is what you could tell Hilton's afraid of. They one play, and the kid turns the game right back to possibly an even score. 77-yard touchdown run. He got to the 50, and there was nobody to catch him.
Very, very fast player. I was surprised how quickly he moved up the field, Mike.
Yeah, it was an option to the right, and then he cut it back against the grain, and then he just used his speed in the open field. And like I said, there was no one for Hilton to catch him. Here's the kick. It is
actually no good.
And no good.
On the extra point.
With 7 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the first quarter, it is your Hilton at 7. The East High Eagles 6.
See, that's the thing. Hilton has a nice drive for about 5 minutes. Methodically moves down the field, gets a nice touchdown catch on third down, and in one play, East is able to almost right the score. So if it's going to be one of those games, you're going to have to score, but you're also going to have to stop. And on that play, Gaden wasn't even touched.
Absolutely.
Just to bring up some nice things about Dylan Philman last Saturday, in a nice article in the newspaper, and some of his quotations I think really showed what a class act he is. He was asked about his performance by James Johnson, and he said, we, Hilton Football, had a loss in Andrew Roloff, a student that had lost his life tragically, Philman said. With him up there watching me, a lot of us wore blue to represent AR. And he also went on to say about his linemen, they are just the toughest kids out there. They treat me so well. I look good every week. I got to love them. So let's see if there's going to be some more love to pass around after this. And right now, Philman, speaking to him, he is down at the 12-yard line along with Kyle Napier, who's to his right. Kick is away. It is going to be a little bit short. This one will be fielded by Napier at the 20. He goes right up the middle looking for a seam.
Made it to about the 40 before he was taken down. Not a bad run. They stopped him dead, though.
That's very good field position, though. 1st and 10 for their second possession. By the time the ball is spotted, it is exactly at the 40-yard line. 7 minutes and 7 seconds left here at Hilton High School AA sectional quarterfinal playoff game. Valletta comes up. He'll be under center this time in their normal I formation. Mike Spallina has taken over for Ted Lawson at the fullback position. Philman.
1st and 10 for the Eagles. I'm sorry, for the Cadets, rather.
Yeah, Philman looks like he gained about 6 or 7 yards there on the first down play. That's good play. That was what they call a power play. And the fullback is going to kick out the defensive end, and then the tailback is going to cut up inside him. So that's pretty good yardage on a first down play.
Cypher Baller, number 22 of the Eagles, with the tackle.
47-yard line here for the Cadets. Once again, led under center.
Letta has the ball, passes it off to Bailey Pittman.
And once again, that's the power play to the left-hand side where he's pulling the right guard. Looked like the right guard kind of got lost out there in space. Didn't really hit anybody. Philman got maybe a gain of 1. Bring up a 3rd and short here, right about midfield. And so typical situations like this, Lapani, he sometimes run a quarterback keeper or sometimes just go right up the gut with a quarterback sneak and just try to get that 2 feet.
Back to the line, almost midfield now. 3rd and 1 to go for the Cadets. Looks like they may have gotten it, maybe.
Well, the Hilton team thinks that he got the first down, and there is the signal from the official. That's a first down for Hilton.
That's right, moving the chains.
Is this score supposed to be? Cadets come up to the line again. This time Leto go from the shotgun. There's 2 receivers split to the left, a flanker and a wide receiver, and then a wide receiver. Pittman goes in motion, fake to him. They give it to Pittman this time. He's out around the end, good speed. He's
3/4 of the way at least to a first down, looks like. Not a bad place to end up, Mike.
24, Bailey Pittman on the carry for the Cadets. Pittman gains 6 on the play to bring up 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, once again, that's pretty good first down yardage, a gain of 6. And there, Jeremy, you were talking about that earlier. It looks like Pittman has room to run, and on that play, he did. Here comes Pittman again in motion to the left, fake to him.
46-yard line. Looks like that'll be good for a first down on that carry. Jonathan Letta with his own carry on that one. Cypher Ballar of the Eagles again with the tackle. Just shy of a first down. It'll be 3rd down and 1 at the 39-yard line. 4:54 on the clock. Cadets 7, Eagles 6.
Yeah, and this is 4-down territory. So if they don't make it here on 3rd down, he's going to go for it on 4th. Maybe try to jump him off the snap here.
Letta almost dropping the ball. He's going to make a go for it, and he loses yards on that play.
Now it makes you make a decision because you drop back 2 yards. Now you got a 4th and 3, 4th and 4, almost at midfield. So Lapani, what does he do? He could be a risk taker if we're thinking about the IB learner profile, and there he does. He sends in a guest with the play, and he says, you know what? I'm not afraid. We can make this first down. And he's just trying to make a statement now to East High.
4th down, 4 to go on the 44th-yard line. It's all 4s out there. 4 minutes on the clock. Ball fake. Letta is sacked. Ball is loose. Ball is recovered by the Eagles. Picked up. Yeah, they're at the 10. They're 5. That'll be a touchdown for the Eagles. Making good on that sack. Forcing the fumble against Jonathan Letta. The ball got loose. Nothing Letta could do at that point.
Yeah, it was a really nice play, defensive play. Cadets were trying to set up a screen pass. They had a lot of room on the left-hand side, but the fumble was created, and the defender, Cypher Bollard, picked up the ball and went good 51 yards for the score. So this game has just changed in a hurry.
That's about the 4th pivotal play we've seen Cypher Bowler make tonight in the first quarter still here at LeBeau Field.
they're going to try to kick this extra point, even though they're up 12-7. Sometimes you'll see teams try to get those 2 points back and go for 2. They're trying to get a kicking ball in right now because they recovered Hilton's football, so now they would like to use their own kicking ball to try to get this extra point in for them. Fumbled snap.
Sneak play on a 2-point conversion.
Isaiah Collier's attempt fails, and with 3 minutes and 46 seconds left, East 12, Hilton 7, and that's what you have to be careful of in these games where it's one and done. You win, you move on. A loss, you go home. Turnovers can really hurt you, and that, I mean, you're looking at a 4th and 4. So the worst you're usually thinking about is you're going to get stopped, and you're going to turn the ball over on downs. Instead, your quarterback fumbles the ball, and they not only fall on it, but they pick it up and run in for a score. So Hilton is going to get the ball back here and see how they respond. It's always not the play that's the mistake. It's the plays that come after the mistake that will be the deciding factor in a game. So right now, East High has all the momentum, and Hilton's trying to snatch a little bit of it back.
That's right, Mike. 3:46 on the clock. The Eagles with possession.
Number 8, Isaiah Collier to kick it off for East High. Back deep to your Cadets.
Going to kick that off to the Cadets.
Kyle Napier.
Number 8, Isaiah Collier. For the Eagles, kicking it away. Long bouncy one down the center. Letich having trouble getting a hold of it. Makes the cut, but he's free. He's open. Nobody around him. He's at the 50, the 45, the 40, the 35. He makes it to the 35 before he's taken down by number 22, Cypher Bowler again of the Eagles.
Actually, I think that was Kyle Napier on the return there, and that's the way to grasp that momentum right back. A good 50-yard return back to the 35-yard line. They're back in business. Now they can punch in a score and take Uncle Mo right back.
First and 10. Eagles 35. Cadets with possession. Plenty of time to score. In a good position to score. Ball fired to Letta. He's going to make a run for it. And looks like he's over the 30, maybe 31, 32-yard line. Still short of a first down. Needs to make it to the 25.
Number 12, John Letta.
Yeah, that's good first down yardage by Letta. That's good 6 yards. And it's interesting, Lapani went right back to him after that fumble and said, hey, you may have fumbled that last play. You're my guy. You're going to get some yardage here, and that's what they did.
2nd and 4 after that last play on the 27-yard line. Cadets making headway.
Letta in the shotgun, receiver right, split. There goes Letta.
Letta runs again up the center. That'll be good for a first down. Not much more, maybe a little bit, but.
Number 4, De'Aaron Johnson on the tackle.
Oh, yeah, that's good first down yardage. Once again, that's all Hilton wants to do. Keep moving the chains, keep rolling the clock. And it's kind of interesting. Only one offensive play for East High in this first quarter, and they're winning 12-7. That's kind of strange. But, hey, you know what? You take advantage of your turnovers. And right now, Hilton's looking at a 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line of East High. Letta goes back in the shotgun. He's got Spalina with him to his left. Another bungled snap. He may be a gain of 2 by Letta, but once again, problems with the snap. That play did not really have a lot going for it from the get-go.
Number 12, once again, John Letta for the Cadets on the keeper.
2 minutes and 10 seconds left now in the first half. Guest comes in with a play.
2nd down, 7 to go on the 20-yard line.
Big
Still
play,
the first quarter.
Big play after big. Oh, it's okay. Big play after big play, but Hilton has really controlled the time of possession. Here goes Letta off the left side. Good block.
Letta may be free to run in. He is not, but he got a first down. He's over the 10-yard line.
Really nice block there by Dylan Philman in the open field. And Letta used it to go to his left, and that is going to be first down yardage. Still not first and goal yet. Nope. Correction. It is first and goal from the 10.
Isaiah Collier of the Eagles effected the tackle against Lett on that last play. Clock still ticking down, 1:35. Cadets in striking distance, definitely in the red zone. Ball passed off to Dylan Philman, who tries to make a carry up the center.
Number 4, De'Aaron Johnson on the tackle.
Darian Johnson makes the tackle for East High. And this is the area where Philman, he just smells the end zone. He can just see the goal line. He brings it down to about the 4-yard line. So now you have a lot of options as an offense to run a little flare pass to the outside. You can run a lot of offensive plays. So
Clock still running. Cadets changing men on the field. Minute left on the clock. Cadets 7, Eagles 12.
high formation
On
for
the
the Cadets.
4-yard line. Cadets make it in with Dylan Philman for a touchdown. That'll bring the Cadets up to 13, leaving the Eagles at 12. If the Cadets can capitalize on their free kick, that'll put them up by 2 points. Again, a nice place to be, leaving the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, you give up that fumble recovery for a score. You get a nice kickoff return by Napier, and now a couple plays from Philman and Letta. And they are back in business. Rank in for the extra point, being held by Justin Rezegi.
Christian Rank with a kick. He goes high and straight. I'm pretty sure that's good. It is. 48 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Cadets 14, East High Eagles 12.
Yeah, a little scoring update. This is all in the first quarter. Lots of scoring. Jonathan Guest got it going for the Cadets with a 9-yard reception. Rank's kick was good, 7-0. Gaydon came right back with a 77-yard touchdown run. The kick was no good. Hilton led 7-6. Then the next score was by Cypher Bolar with a 50-yard fumble return. Kick was no good. They led 12-7, and Philman just comes back with a 4-yard touchdown run. Rank's kick is good. Cadets 14-12 over the Eagles.
Thank you for those stats, Mike. I know I'm not paying that close of attention. You really do. You're a busy bee up here. You're always writing stuff down.
You know, I think it goes back to my days. I was a basketball manager, if you ask, at Geneseo, and I had to keep the statistics during the games.
Right.
And then here, I had to keep the stats for the football team, so it's just second nature. Rank's kick is away. Jeremy, where's it going?
Really high and deep. Austin Lights on that kick. Looks like the Cadets are going to hold the Eagles south of the 35 or 25-yard line, rather.
Yeah, once again, that's pretty good kickoff coverage, and it's just it's not the kickoff coverage we've been concerned with. It's what they can do to see if they can hold Raheem Gaydon, you know, like I said, from end to end, not let him get in the open field and use those legs.
39 left on the clock in the first quarter.
Yeah, what is first and 10 now from the 23-yard line? I think Jeremy might have just said it. Apologize if I repeat it. Their formation that East comes out in, and it's 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Gaydon will be in the shotgun, very similar to Hilton's. We call it the 89. There's the fullback. Wide receiver goes in motion. Fake to the give to the fullback. He goes to the right, cups back to the left. Gain of 4.
Number 4, De'Aaron Johnson.
Aaron Johnson had that carry for the Eagles.
Nick DeRoy makes the tackle, not till after a gain of 6. And once again, DeRoy, he's their emotional leader there on that Hilton defense. And once you're looking right here is just bend, but don't break. Get a stop, get the ball back, methodically go down and punch in a score. I don't think scoring is going to be the problem here tonight for Hilton. I think it's just holding down Gaydon.
2nd and 6 for the Eagles on a 27-yard line. 4 to go for a first down, and that'll be the end of the first quarter here at LeBeau Field. Again, the Cadets are 14. The Eagles are 12. You're listening to Hilton High School football here on villageradio.net. We'll be back after this short break.
Here's what's happening in Hilton.
Don't miss Hilton Parma's 8th annual Make a Difference Day, Saturday, October 24th. It starts with the Stuff a Bus food drive to benefit Hilton Parma Emergency Food Shelf from 8 to 3 in the Tops parking lot on South Ave at Hilton High School. Maven Technologies will host a recyclable electronics drop-off drive-through from 9 to 11, and the Red Cross will hold a blood drive from 8:30 to 11:30. Plus, from 9 to noon, students and volunteers will host a hat and mitten drive in the high school's front foyer. Don't miss Hilton Parma's 8th annual Make a Difference Day this Saturday.
Let us know what's happening with your nonprofit group or community organization. Email us the details by clicking the link at villageradio.net.
Live from LeBeau Field, it's the Cadets 14, Eagles 12. You're listening to high school football here on villageradio.net. Exciting first quarter here in Hilton, New York in the quarterfinals here between the Eagles and the Cadets this evening. The Eagles, larger school district, obviously, larger talent pool to draw from, but not really making a difference tonight against the Cadets as we watched them pretty much pummel them both directions on the field, offensively and defensively tonight, Mike.
Exactly. It is a pivotal possession here for East High. They have the ball at the 27-yard line. Looks like a 2nd and 4. Fake to the tailback. Gaden keeps it. Short gain there.
Aaron Johnson with a carry on that
Number 3, Raheem Gaten.
for the Eagles.
Have a carry.
Looks like Brandon Cutter made a nice play there from his defensive end for the Cadets, bringing us up to short 3rd and 2. And once again, the key to defenders and defenses is getting teams off the field on 3rd down. So this is 3rd and 2. They're in their side of the field. East High is. So if they come up short, most likely they'll punt. But Gaden's in the shotgun. He's got backs to his left and to his right. He gives that to Darren Johnson.
Number 4, De'Aaron Johnson.
And he's got first down yardage. Chains are moving. We're just in the second quarter here at LeBeau Field. Cadets 14, Eagles 12. Here comes East right back at it. That was a quick huddle. Hilton trying to match up their defensive alignments. Gaden has 2 backs to his right and to his left. Gaden makes a fake, but then he keeps it around the right end. He's going to go for a gain of 4. A little bit of an option game going right now. He reads one of the defensive tackles or defensive ends, and that play, he kept it.
And I think we saw them switch that play up at the last minute there, Mike. Pressure again by the Cadets against the Eagles.
It's really hard because you have to be very disciplined when you're playing this type of offense because they're making good fakes, they're making reads, and the quarterback is so dangerous with his legs.
Ball is hiked to Raheem Gaden, who passes it off to number 4, Darren Johnson.
Look out.
Who's across the 40, the 30, the 20, and he's shoved to the ground.
Yeah, that was a nice tackle there by Bailey Pittman. However, a huge gain there by De'Aaron Johnson. The Cadets are just having no answer for this running game of East High, and he got in the open field. And if it weren't for Bailey Pippin coming from the backside, that was 6 points.
So that'll be first down, 10 to go. Looks like they're going to put them at the 16-yard line.
16-yard line, Jeremy, good call. And once again, anything East is running is basically working. There's Gaden. Direct give to Johnson. The Cadets are all over that play. Good 3 or 4 men gang tackling. And East High does have good size on that offensive line. Nick Milgate makes the tackle. And actually, after the play is over, that's going to be a loss of 2. Donnie Newfer also went in on the tackle for Hilton. 9:47 and rolling here at Hilton. Here come the Eagles.
14 Cadets, 12 Eagles. Second down, 11 to go. On a 17 for the Eagles.
Pass.
He looking for his man in the end zone. Looks like that pass was intended for Isaiah Collier, number 8 of the Eagles.
And that was just a nice play once again by East because Hilton was starting to come into that fake with the fullback. So the quarterback faked it to the running back and then passed it to a streaking receiver. He just overthrew him.
It also looked like he might have thrown a little bit earlier as well. His man didn't have time to get to where he was supposed to be in the end zone.
Big play here, 3rd and 12. See if this.
Ball fired back to Raheem Gayden. He's looking for his man. He cuts left, cuts back. He's under pressure. They're going to sack him. The Cadets bring Raheem Gayden, the quarterback for the Eagles, to the ground. That was number 16, Brandon Cutter.
That was exceptional play there by Cutter because he broke down in the open field at about the 35-yard line and made Gayden commit and then just swallowed him up with a nice tackle. And that's a huge loss. Brings up a 4th and 29. And the Eagles are probably going to have to punt on that. So big play there by Captain Brandon Cutter. He's had a great season out there, too, Cutter.
That was surprising to watch, too, and I think the guys on the field were just as surprised by that play. A lot of stuttering and looking at each other going, are you well, okay.
Throw the ball. Bunts away. That's going to go in the end zone, probably for a touchback.
No, maybe not. Let's see how they...
And they are going to call that a touchback.
They are. Right.
Hilton has their stop that they were looking for. Big play there by Cutter on 3rd down with that sack and loss of about 20, 25 yards. So now let's see what the Hilton offense can do. They have 8 minutes, 26 seconds left. Jeremy, 1st and 10 from the 20.
Plenty of time for the Cadets on the clock, of course.
Here comes Justin Rezegi in with the play. Today, really haven't had Hilton's passed once, I think, to guess. That was the one pass play for the touchdown for the 9-yard one. So my guess is they'll start giving a steady dose of Philman and Letta.
Both teams at the line here at LeBeau Field. On the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 Cadets.
Hey, Letta on the carry on that, he faked.
Kevin Millar of the Eagles with the tackle.
John Letta on the keeper for the Cadets once again. 2-yard gain on the play. It'll become 2nd down and 8.
2 and 8 for the Cadets. 8 minutes left on the clock. Cadets 14, Eagles 12. Here at LeBeau Field.
There comes Guest. He wasn't sure if he was in on the. No, Rezegi comes off the field. A receiver split to the left, one to the right. Letta, he'll go into the shotgun formation. A quick out pattern.
For his man, he fires up the field, finds it. Bailey Pittman. Looks like that's still good for a 1st down. They are moving the chains, Mike.
Yeah, nice. It's a nice hitch pattern they ran. Pittman goes about 7 yards back to 5. Made the catch. Increased his lead by a couple yards. Moved the chains. 1st and 10 now at the 31. We're at LeBeau Field. Hilton 14 to 12 over East right now. Rezegi comes in with the play. He'll come back split wide to the right. His partner in crime, Bailey Pittman, goes split to the left. Letta, he'll go under center this time. More typical part of the Hilton offense. Blast play to Philman. Look out in the open field. He's at the 50, the 40.
Looks like he might go all the way.
Takes the ball down to about the 7-yard line. A great downfield block there by Justin Rezegi. And that offensive play by Philman is eerily similar to what we saw all last Friday night.
62-yard gain on the play. It's 1st and goal.
62 yards is what they're calling that, Mike. A tremendous run. I think that beats his last week's run of, 53, wasn't it?
Yeah, he had a bunch of long runs. He had 5 touchdown runs. So that is good. They got Hilton's 1st and 10 at the 7, the 1st and goal. Here's Philman again off the right side.
And with a carry, you're right, he went to the right a little bit, but he was stopped. Picked off by Javon Jackson of the Eagles.
Javon Jackson on the tackle. 4-yard gain on the play by Dylan Philman of the Cadets.
Gain about 4 yards for Hilton. Rezegi comes back in with a play. I don't know, you could see another couple doses of Philman here. Also, there's a lot of room there on that left-hand side. You can see a quarterback sneak out really with Letta. There's just a lot of things that they can do right here. I formation now. Letta under center.
There it is. Dylan Philman up the center for a touchdown. Saw that from Omaha. 6:31 in the second. That'll be the second touchdown for Dylan Philman of the game. That'll put the Cadets at 20 right now to 12 for the Eagles. So bring out Christian Rank for the kick.
Yeah, just a 3-yard run, but effective nonetheless. The Cadets up 20-12 now. See if Rank can be a perfect 3 for 3 tonight. And the kick is up, and it is good by Christian Rank. And with 6 minutes and 31 seconds left, Hilton takes a 21-12 lead over the East High Eagles. So Hilton was looking and got that particular stop on defense that they were looking for. They've scored every possession they've had. Actually, I take that back. The only question that when they didn't score was the fumble return for a score by East High. So besides really 2 plays in this game, Hilton has really dominated the line of scrimmage. They've dominated the time of possession. They've dominated yardage. So it's just a matter of playing within themselves, getting a stop every now and then, and keep putting points up on the board.
That's true. By the way, tonight's broadcast is brought to you thanks to the cooperation of the Hilton Central School District and Mike Juritzi, Director of Physical Education and Athletics. If you miss any of today's live football action, you can listen to and download a podcast of the game shortly after it airs. Just click the Cadet Sport Podcast tab on the homepage at villageradio.net.
Isaiah Collier and Raheem Gaden back to receive the kickoff. This will be taken by Gaden at about the 5-yard line. You got to get to this guy quick, because if he gets to the open field, he's tough. Pretty good kickoff coverage there by the Cadets. About the 22-yard line when he is brought down. The Eagles will have it 1st and 10.
Number 3, Raheem Gaten on their carry. He was brought down number 10, Nick DeRoy, the Cadets. Eagles will take
Nick DeRoy makes the nice tackle there for the Cadets in the open field. He usually plays defensive end, but really good play there on the special teams. And let's see, Jeremy, if East High can come back with a score here.
Boy, if Hilton continues going the way they're going, I think we're going to more than Saline Stadium this year, Mike.
Well, we'll take that to start, that's for sure. There goes Gaden, and once again, he breaks a couple tackles. Nice tackle there by Brandon Cutter. Not after a gain of 7. 2nd and 3.
That play certainly started too far back in the backfield for them to really capitalize on a gain from his run.
Number 1 seed, Webster Schrader. Scoring for Hilton was Jeff Nibbard. That game is in the second half.
A little bit of an update here for the Hilton boys soccer team. They're the 8th seed playing against Webster Schrader. Hilton is a 1-0 lead right now with a goal by Jeff Hibbard. Hilton up 1-0 on Webster Schrader in sectional play.
We have a flag on the field during that last play.
I think it's either going to be a hold or a face mask, but the line judge really fired that in from the side, and it looks like the Cadets are clapping. It is a hold against the Eagles, and those are drive killers. They'll set back the Eagles about 10 yards. No, not about, exactly 10 yards. 2nd and 12.
Penalties of the 10-yard variety.
From the 30-yard line, here comes East High. They'll split trips left, and then a flanker to the right with a quarterback, and then a tailback in a pistol position here. We're waiting for the officials to whistle the play in. Once again, the Cadets have them deep back in their own territory. See if they can stop them here. Once again, get the ball back.
That's right. 5:32 left on the clock. Rena's made a break for it up the sideline. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10. No one can stop him. That'll be a touchdown for the East High Eagles. That was their very own Raheem Gaden, their quarterback, with that play. Not looking for any help from anybody else on the team on that particular play.
Oh, my gosh. He looked like a track sprinter on that one. That was an 80-yard touchdown run by Gaydon, and the Cadets were in hot pursuit, but just could not get to him. He is super, super fast. I think he's the fastest kid I've seen this year. And I thought Philman was pretty fast last week, but this guy in the open field, he got to the 50, and it was a foot race, and there was no one catching Raheem Gaydon. In 2 plays, he's got 157 yards just by himself. That's a pretty good average per carry. So Hilton, I don't know if they're disappointed in their angles they're making on their tackles or whatever they're doing on the ends, but they're going to have to try to figure out that player somehow.
And you had mentioned it earlier tonight, Mike, too, that Raheem Gaydon was going to be their key player, and he certainly is. Again, another failure to 2-point conversion by the Eagles. We have another flag on the field after that play, or during that play, I should say.
Cypher Bowler, they gave the pitch to for East, and Hilton did a nice job widening the play out and then using that sideline as a 12th defender, and it looks like East High's point at Hilton is as if Hilton is going to be called with a penalty, and they will. And it's a face mask against Hilton, so that'll be a half the distance. And so, Jeremy, they're going for 2, so now they're going to be a yard and a half even closer. East trails 21-18 right now with 5 minutes and 22 seconds left here in the first half. Hilton just has got to feel very uneasy about this. They feel like they're controlling the game, and then 3 huge plays have damaged them badly.
It's going to happen sometimes, Mike. Looks like they may have gotten that touchdown. They did. The Eagles pushing their way in. 5:22 left in the first half. Eagles are 20. Cadets 21.
Yeah, and this game is just one of those back and forth. Huge plays there by East High. Actually, play by Raheem Gaydon. We had heard about him that he was the guy to stop, but he is on an exceptional back in the open field. And I think the only key to stopping him is to stopping him before he gets started, because once he gets a full head of steam, you're not going to catch him.
And he was gone, too. You're right. Once he got rolling, no stopping him. Working on trying to get you some updates here on villageradio.net and some Section 5 scores. As soon as we have that information, we'll get that to you.
Number 3, Dylan Philman, and number 42, Kyle Lambert back deep. The Cadets, number 8, Isaiah Collier, the kickoff for the Eagles.
Cadets fighting the ball back up the field. End up at the 41-yard line. Heading their way.
Number 52, Eric Maldonado on the tackle. Number 3, Dylan Philman on the return.
Dylan Philman, yeah, with that return. Maldonado with a tackle. Pretty good field position here. The Cadets from their own 41-yard line. Lots of time left here in the first half. They have all 3 timeouts. East High has 2 timeouts, 5:15 and rolling. Hilton 21-20. They're in their patented I formation. Receivers split to the left and to the right. Philman gets the carry. This time he's going nowhere. He'll lose a yard. He looked to go to the left, looked to the right. There was just no running room. Swallowed up there by number 57, Terrell Burgess, and others.
Yeah, Malik Marshall in there as well. 6'1", 275 pounds for the Eagles.
Here the Cadets come up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd 11. Pittman, he'll split wide to the right. Rezegi will go split to the left. Letta's in the shotgun. Do the Cadets pass here, or do they just keep with the run? Yeah, they will. Letta drops back to pass.
Looking for his man. Fires high and long. Oh, missed him.
Yeah, that
Looking
pass.
for Brandon Cutter on that play.
That pass was well done and well orchestrated. Both wideouts did stops and a little bit to the out pattern. And then was that the Rezegi or was it the Cutter?
It was Brandon Cutter. Yeah, it was the intended receiver.
And then Cutter ran a little slant and go and was open on the play, and Letta just missed him.
Third down, 11 to go, 4:27 left in the first half. Cadets 21, Eagles 20.
This is a big play now, 3rd and 11. Letta, he'll go into the shotgun. Pittman in motion. Fake to Pittman. No, they'll give it to Pittman. He gets around the end. He's got good yardage.
Yeah, he's running. He's got his first down at least.
People in the press box are looking for a late hit there on Pittman. Either way, he's going to have first down yardage over the 50-yard line, down to the 49-yard line of East High. A good play by Pittman.
It's 1st and 10, Hilton inside Eagle territory.
All right, 1st and 10, 49 inside Eagles territory. 41 degrees here at LeBeau Field tonight, Mike. I'm glad I wore the down jacket.
Even in the press box, it's a little chilly. Dylan Philman on the carry. He kind of sidesteps his way for a gain of 4. 2nd and 6.
Number 4, De'Aaron Johnson on the tackle.
21-20 Cadet lead. Maybe this isn't the way the Cadets lined or dialed this game up, but all you try to do is win and advance.
Why are you trying to steal a yard from Dylan Philman? He got 5 on that one.
5, my bad. I formation for the Cadets. There's Letta under center. This is the quarterback keeper he's got. He's got a couple
Around
blockers
outside,
out front.
a lot of speed. Yeah, Mike. Oh, boy. What do you think? Is that a first down?
I think he's a little short, but it's good to show that play, just to show that you're not always going to go tackle to tackle, and you're going to move your quarterback out around the end. And it looks like he is about 1 yard short, 3rd and 1.
Number 12, John Letta of the Cadets on the keeper. Then looks like a nice round of applause for our chain gang. No, seriously, let's have a nice round of applause for our chain gang.
Nice round of applause for the chain gang there by the public address announcer. I think they might be redundant, but the PA guy wanted a round of applause for the chain gang.
First down.
That will be first down for the Cadets, according to the officials. 1st and 10 at the 45. By the way, if you're a nonprofit club or organization here in Hilton, let our listeners know about your events and fundraisers. Just click the What's Happening tab on our website to email us your information. Please send it at least 2 weeks in advance. And remember to include contact information in the form of an email address or a phone number. Inclusion in community bulletin board updates and What's Happening reports are offered free of charge as a community service of villageradio.net. Back to the action. On that last play,
Number 22, Sulphur Millar on the tackle.
Cadets
3, Dylan Philman.
maybe making 5 yards on that play.
2nd down and 7.
Clock will be under 3 minutes to play left here. 3 minutes to play in this first half. The public address announcer was just remarking that he felt Rezegie's got a good 5 or 6 inches on the guy that's covering him. It might be a decent way to pick on him. Here's the play with Philman. He goes up inside, makes a cut, back towards the middle.
Dylan Philman, no, he's still moving. No, he's down.
I don't know what's gotten into him the last 2 weeks. His feet are just making cut after cut after cut, and he uses his vision. And just a really beautiful play. Once he got to the end of his run, he used his power to get a couple more.
It's 1st and 10 Cadets from the Eagles 18-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 18-yard line now of East High. Twins right.
Nope.
Looks like an
flag
encroachment.
down on the field.
I think that's going to go against East High. It should be a 5-yard penalty. Looks like they intruded upon the neutral zone. In other words, offsides.
Offside, yeah. 1st and 10 for the Cadets.
Here we go. 5-yard infraction. It'll be first and 10 for the 13-yard line.
Give them 5 yards closer down to the 13-yard line. Clock starts to run again. It's always an advantage to score before you go into the half. It's good momentum boost. East will get the ball when the second half starts.
Which would still leave them an opportunity to score. There goes Dylan Philman in for a touchdown. And almost as if no one saw him on the field. I'm amazed at how a play like that even transpires, considering you've got Dylan Philman in the last 4 attempts. Has made a serious effort to gain a touchdown, one of them being successful. And you're East High, and you completely ignore him on that last play.
Yeah, it's Philman's third score of the game. You just cannot ignore that guy. He is just racking up the touchdown totals this year. Also the yards. Good job there by the offensive line. Punching it in right before half. 2 minutes and 1 second left. Extra point for Rank.
Another flag on the field.
Flag down on the play.
We'll see who they call that against.
Penalties against the Eagles. Running into the kicker.
It's a running into the kicker penalty on the Eagles. That'll be assessed on the kickoff. So Rank's kick is good, thus bringing the score 28-20 in favor of the Hilton Cadets. A fine hello goes out to Ryan Streb, who's listening to us in Florida as he defends this great country of ours in the Navy. Ryan, best of luck. Stay safe, and your mom says hello.
Boy, they stopped right at 2 minutes and 1 second. I almost feel like I'm in the NFL here. We got the 2-minute warning.
And good. I also like the public address announcer here, Chris Monfiletto. Always plays the song Happy by Farrell when they score. And once again, this is our 4th time of hearing this song. It's good stuff. Now, once again, though, Hilton, you have to be able to contain Raheem Gayden. He can score in 10 or 12 seconds. It's not a problem. So you got to stick him deep and then try to shut him down. And they're going to move him in as a kick returner here again. And, it's just a back and forth game. Hilton with a 28-20 lead.
Christian Rank getting ready to kick the ball off to the Eagles. Nice high long one. That might be a touchback. It is.
And that's a way to neutralize the kickoff return game for East High. You get that touchback, 1st and 10 now at the 20. Hilton defense coming out, and they have to be able to build some confidence and truly just not let them score here.
Amazing season thus far, rather, for the Cadets. And don't forget, you can relive all the excitement of 2015 Hilton Cadet Football anywhere, anytime. You can listen to podcasts of any of the games simply by clicking the Cadet Sport Podcast tab on the homepage at villageradio.net.
Okay, we got trips left. Wide receiver split right. Gayden makes a fake, carries the ball off to the right. Oh, look
Quarterback with a run.
He's in the open field. He's at the 50,
Eagles
the 40.
up 40.
Trying to zigzag him down, and they do get him down at about the 33-yard line.
They did stop him, you're right, Mike, but it took them quite some time to get Raheem Gayden to the ground from the Eagles.
Looks like
this is the guy you told us about earlier in the game. This is the man to watch, and certainly is.
Proven my point. DeRoy made a nice stop there. I mean, they got him to go cut back right and left to make a play, but I'm telling you, this Gayden guy is just unbelievable. 140 left and rolling here in the first half. Well, who else would you give it to?
Ball passed off to Aaron Johnson of the Eagles, and he is tripped up at about the 20-yard line.
The Rezegi made a nice open field tackle there, but it's still a good 10, 11, 12-yard gain. And Eagles looking to go in for another score here before the half.
And that last play resulted in the chains moving for the Eagles. Give them a 1st and 10 at the 20. A minute and 20 left on the clock, which is still counting down. 28 Cadets, 20 Eagles. We head into the half. All set right in the backfield. And Gayden sacked before he could get the ball off to anyone. No receivers open. No one to hand the ball off to.
Yeah, that's pretty good defense there by Donnie Newfer. And looked like Nick DeRoy in there. East High will call a timeout, and that'll set them back 3 or 4 yards, 2nd and 14. The thing is, what do you do if you're Hilton? Is it a scheme approach? Is like, are you just running a wrong scheme, or are the athletes that East have, they're just too much for you once they get in the open field? I honestly don't know. I do know that Hilton is making a lot of adjustments, and right now they're just having if they could get East to pass, that's their best chance of stopping them.
See, that's what I think I've seen, at least from my perspective, having more of a layman's view than you do, Mike. And that's, I see Hilton just change things up constantly during the game.
They do. I mean, if something's not working, they're not afraid to make an adjustment. Sometimes you can go from a 4-man front to a 5-man front. Very rarely we ever see a 6-man front in varsity football. You can split 3 linebackers, 4 linebackers, 3 defensive backs, 4 defensive backs. Whatever they're trying, it's extremely hard to get him. And the blocking on the cornerbacks is exceptional. And so once the running back or the quarterback who has the ball gets past it, he's really in the open field. And at that point, you're at the mercy of your pursuit angles and making the play downfield.
Quite right, Mike. Back to the action on the field. The Eagles taking position again. Cadets lined up, ready to rock. Raheem Gaden in shotgun formation. Fakes the ball to Darren Johnson. Runs it himself. He's in for a touchdown.
Touchdown, East High.
So now we're going to start seeing some talent hit the field in the quarterfinals on up. Now we're seeing 26, Eagles 28 for the Cadets. I wonder if the Eagles are going to go for another 2-point conversion here at this point again, Mike.
I say why not. 28-26 now. They trail the Hilton Cadets. Gaden is just too dangerous right now in the open field. We do have halftime coming up in 49 seconds, so my guess is the Hilton Cadets coaching staff will get together and try to figure out some way to stop Gaden. But right now they have no answers. East High going for 2 here. Pistol formation. There's going to be a flag.
Yeah, Mike, let's find out why we've got a flag on the field here.
I wonder if it's delay a game. Nope, they got a East gets a timeout before that delay of game, so East has a chance to think about things. So does Hilton. Just a couple things to pass along. There's a bottle can return fundraiser, 5 cents fast at 650 Lake Avenue in Hilton. This is an ongoing fundraiser to help Hilton Cadet Football. Drop off your empty bottles and cans and mention that this is for Hilton Cadet Football, and that's where the proceeds will go. You'll receive an extra 10% on every return. Congratulations go to Dilla Philman last week for being selected Section 5 Class AA Offensive Player of the Week for Week 7. Dylan had 27 carries for 349 yards, 5 TDs, and he broke a school record with 349 yards rushing in a single contest.
Absolutely impressed with that.
Lawrence Gifts, the nonprofit organization, provides support to families during the holiday season who are dealing with the emotional, spiritual, and financial pain.
Still waiting on the timeout here for the Eagles. 49 seconds stopped on the clock. 28 Cadets, 26 for the East High Eagles. On the 3rd-yard line. First and goal for the Eagles. And their 2-point conversion is stopped. Raheem Gaden attempting to run that ball in for the 2 points. And that did not happen. Defensive line of the Cadets holding them steady. The line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the Cadets still maintaining that 2-point lead. You know, it's just this game that they cannot get a hold of, and it's back and forth. And with Gaden, he is just so explosive that the play of the game in itself changes in one single play. So far, he's got a 77-yard touchdown run, an 80-yard touchdown run, and then a 24-yard touchdown run. I'm not that great in math, but he's pretty close, or probably over 200 yards for the first half alone. So my guess is Hilton has to work on their scheme and figure out a way of either, it's tough. Do you try to predict the play, or do you try to just react to the play? And I don't know what they're going to do, but defensive coordinator Bill Harmon, he's been in these situations before and done just fine. So I'm sure he'll figure something out.
Absolutely. Now the Eagles will kick off the ball to the Cadets. Again, 49 seconds stopped on the clock in the first half.
Napier and Philman back at the 13. They're going to squib kick it. Pittman picks it up at the 28-yard line, looks to run to the left, kind of tap dances a little bit, scoots forward for maybe a gain of 1.
Actually, it looked like Nicholas DeRoy, actually, who picked that up.
You sure?
Number 12, Devon Kearney on the tackle. Number 24, Bailey Pittman on the return for the Cadets. 31st and 10, Hilton from their own 34-yard line.
34-yard line. The Cadets will have it first and 10. Not a whole lot of time here. 41 seconds left here. I don't know if you take a knee and you just go into halftime, or you chuck it up and see if one of your receivers can make a play. Lapani has always been known to be a gambler at times, but also can be conservative when he knows it's in the team's best interest. Yeah, there's a running play there with Letta, and he's going to be conservative here.
It looks like a first down, too.
An injured East High player down at about the 37-yard line. Clock stops with 32 seconds left in the first half.
Looks like Terrell Burgess is the one who's down on the field for the Eagles.
Going out to attend to the injury is Hilton trainer Jeff Zink. We wish Jeff good luck. He is moving on to greener pastures after the fall sports season into another profession, and he's just been a very good athletic trainer. I've seen him in work. I saw him at work today with one of my players, and he's just wonderful with the kids. And he can diagnose an injury. He can also diagnose a state of mind, and he will be sorely missed on the staff. So we wish Jeff Zink all the best of luck in his future endeavors.
Well, that sounds great.
You got any scores from other games? Look at other games tonight in action. Webster Thomas, the 7 seed, is at Victor at 7 o'clock. Rush Henrietta is at Pittsford at 7:30 p.m. East, of course, is here or with us. And then also Wilson is at Brockport at 7 o'clock. And we're still trying to get some scoring updates and pass them along to you, our listener. Coming up tomorrow, Hilton Make a Difference Day, October 24th. Stuff a Bus food drive. That's from 8 to 3. Bring non-perishable food and paper products. Also, there's a blood drive from 8:30 to 11:30 p.m.
All right. Well, we still, again, have an injury on the field here at the Bow Field, which is putting a hold up on completion of the first half of the game. One of the Eagles players has been injured.
There are a lot of people out there. Also, the Hilton Fire Department is sponsoring an open house and safety day. That's Saturday, tomorrow, October 24th from 10 to 1. Firehouse tours, fire safety trailers on display, fire safety and emergency medical demonstrations and information, Monroe County hazardous materials trucks, all good fun stuff for the kids and the family. That is the open house and safety day tomorrow, 120 Old Hojack Lane in Hilton, New York.
The Eagles player is getting up and making his way to the side of the field. We're still waiting on some of the scores from Section 5 website. Unfortunately, they have not updated that yet, so we can't do that for you.
I'll tell you, this game gets updated every 30 seconds, it seems like. The Cadets score. Gaden comes back for the Eagles. It's just back and forth.
And that was number 57, Terrell Burgess of the Eagles, who was taken off the field with a small injury.
32 seconds left here in the first half in LeBeau Field in Hilton, New York. It is the AA Sectional Playoffs. Hilton presently has a 28-26 lead over East High. East High's got to love the position they're in right now. They're hanging around and hanging around. They know they can score in a hurry. So if they can keep it close going into that fourth quarter, you have to be wary that East is going to make a run.
It's the longest 32 seconds I think I've ever seen on a clock, Mike. I got to tell you.
Yeah, I don't know what's taking so long. You should get these guys out on the field and play. It's an injury timeout. It's really not a timeout, but Cadets come up to the line of scrimmage.
There we go.
Short one.
Action again, 32 seconds on the clock. 28 Cadets, 26 Eagles. Lettuce stepping back, looking for his man. Fires way up the field to Justin Rezegi, who makes the catch. An amazing toss. Definitely over 40 yards on that throw, Mike.
Beautiful play. Lapati's not going to go just
24 seconds on the clock. It is stopped.
They're going to wait for the chains to come down and then start the clock. Most likely, Led is going to spike the ball to stop the clock here. Hilton still has 2 timeouts, or maybe even 3. And there's the spike, stopping the clock. That's just a beautiful play. I thought they were just going to take a knee, but no, they took advantage of Rezegi's height and just nice play. Also positive news out there. We just heard that the Hilton boys soccer team has upset the number 1 seed in the sectional playoffs 1-0.
I'm surprised they're here. They're still playing soccer. But here we go. Back to the line again. The Cadets bent over, ready to go. 22 seconds on the clock. Second down, 10 yards to go. Letta has the ball, looking for his man. Fires way up and over. Bailey Pittman, the intended receiver on that play. It looks like he did catch it, but unfortunately was out of bounds when he came down.
Yeah, it looked like it was a post corner where the receiver makes an angle towards the middle of the goalpost and then goes towards the corner. And the quarterback tries to loft it up into the corner to see if he can make a play. He couldn't come down with it. He just really ran out of real estate. But the thing is, with the incomplete pass in the end zone, it stops the clock with 16 seconds left. They now have a third down, so they got another couple shots here if they aren't to get a first down. And they also have some timeouts in their pocket.
3rd and 10, as Mike said, 16 seconds left. Let it with the ball.
There's your screen pass.
Tosses it up the field. Runs it on a bound at the sideline. Stop the clock at 7 seconds.
The nice play about that is that Philman was able to get out of bounds and stop the clock. However, there's now only 7 seconds left and they're short 4th down. So you're looking at possibly this is the last play of the half. But also, if they're to throw it into the end zone or, short of the goal line and it's caught, you can call a timeout and you still get another play. So, I don't know. Looks like the ball boys and girls, all 8 of them, are going to go behind and get ready for this field goal attempt, Jeremy.
Number 31, Christian Rang to attempt the field goal.
Christian Rang getting ready to kick for 3
fake.
points. It's a fake. Letta looking for his man. Touchdown for the Cadets. Not sure who it was who just picked that off.
Oh, boy. That play comes back from Gates Charlie about 5 or 6 years ago. It's a fake field goal. They flipped it to, I believe, Napier, and he tossed it into the end zone for...
Looked like Brandon Cutter was the receiver on that play. 1 second left on the clock. 34-26 Cadets just scoring another touchdown. Amazing bomb, too.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to get the yardage for the field goal. I think it would have been about a 25-yard field goal. They ran that play, like I said, against Gates Chili about 5 or 6 years ago when Dill Smith was playing, and it worked then, and it worked now. And the punter or the holder just flips it up, and then the guy runs in motion. And then I think it was Kyle Napier. I'm just too excited to even figure out the number. But Cutter goes down on his back and makes the catch for a huge play right before the half. Now Coach Lapani's calling a timeout. He may try to go for 2. He probably will to get a 10-point lead going here into the half. An 8-point lead just isn't safe enough. We all know that East High is going to have the ball when the second half begins.
That's absolutely right. We still got another half to play here at the Bow Field. Christian Rank ready to kick for the extra point.
Oh, my mistake. Rank is there. Going to go for the 1.
Oh, we've got an offsides. Boy, he was behind the offense before the play even started.
Penalties against East for offsides.
See, now do you go for the
That'll
2
be
points?
half the distance to the goal, if I'm not mistaken. Right, Mike?
Yeah. But actually, Lapani seems he's going to just decline it and go to kick it. I've seen him in the past where if he gets that penalty and gets a half distance to the goal, he'll go for 2, but not here. Rezzegi's going to hold here for Rank. See if he can make it a perfect 5-for-5.
And that one is good as well for Christian Rank.
With 1 second remaining.
Bringing the score 35, Cadets 26 to the East High Eagles. 1 second left before we take a break here for the half.
Excellent time management there on that last drive by Hilton. Yeah, with the injury to the kid, I think it gave Coach Lapani some time to think. They had the long pass down the left hash mark to Rezzegi, and then on 4th down, they went for the field goal after spiking the ball on 1st down to stop the clock. It was just a magical way of using your time and your timeouts, and then hitting Cutter with the touchdown on the fake field goal. As Billy Fusillo says, was huge.
Nice.
Yeah, that was bad.
Did he copyright that? We got to check with Billy.
Probably. So
You might owe him a couple dollars.
He doesn't need a couple. He can float a little bit our way, right?
That'd be nice.
A little cold here in the press box, Jeremy. You know,
Yeah, the
all
nose
these
is starting
windows
to frost
open. I
over.
don't know why. All right, here's Rank's kick. He's going to bounce it on the ground. This will be the last play of the first half.
And there it is, the end of the first half here at LeBeau Field as the Hilton Cadets take on the East High Eagles. I'm Jeremy Pilot. This is Mike Heise. We're going to take a break for halftime. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. Enjoy.
Hometown info, hometown sports, and Hilton's greatest hits. Welcome to VillageRadio.net.
The Big H Podcast, tune in now. Conversations that'll wow. Laugh and learn, stay a while. Let's explore that Hilton style. From the highs to the lows, every story just explodes. Mike's got questions on the go, diving deep from head to toe. Every week the guests align, sharing moments so divine. Stay with us, the pace is fine. Every episode you'll find